Hey guys, welcome back. Drip Coach here with Drip and Farm for Property, where we don't trust, we verify and operate with integrity and transparency. Today we got another hodgepodge video from some of the gurus in the space. Jack Mallers, Willy Woo, crypto analyst, that's not him, and Mark Yusko. And we're just going to be putting together some of their info and why Bitcoin is still poised to pop off this year. So you still got great opportunities, but we could see some amazing catalysts coming soon. So stay tuned. All right, we're going to jump into this clip from my associates, my AI podcast associates.
We've got these interviews with Mark Yusko, Jack Mallers, and Willy Woo.
Some serious players in finance and crypto.
And they are really bullish.
Like seriously pumped about Bitcoin.
Exactly.
So we're going to dive deep into this.
Really try to get a sense of what they're seeing.
Yeah, potential of Bitcoin.
All the FOMO surrounding it.
And honestly, why does this opportunity even exist? We'll try to break it all down.
Yeah, what struck me was, these are pros.
Yeah, they've seen it all.
And they're not just saying Bitcoin will have a good year or whatever. They're talking about like a whole new era of finance.
Total game changer.
Yeah.
Let's kick things off with Mark Yusko.
Okay.
He's predicting Bitcoin could hit like six figures.
Wow.
$100,000 or more after the halving.
Which already happened earlier this year.
Right. And he uses this great analogy to explain why. He calls it the Thanksgiving effect.
I love this one.
So imagine, right? Families everywhere, Thanksgiving dinner, they're catching up, sharing stories, and someone brings up Bitcoin.
Okay.
How it's going up, how people are making money. Suddenly, everyone's interested.
Grandma's asking for a Bitcoin wallet.
Exactly. Uncles, cousins, everyone wants
Like this word of mouth.
this organic wave of new investors.
All driven by FOMO, right?
Totally. And that drives up demand for Bitcoin.
Simple but powerful idea.
Yeah, it is. And then Yusko also talks about, the election.
Oh, right, the U.S. presidential election.
And how could it impact Bitcoin.
It's definitely on everyone's minds.
He thinks even if, let's say, Harris wins, it might cause a dip in the short term.
Okay.
But long term could actually be good for Bitcoin.
Interesting. So why would a Harris administration be good long term?
Well, Yusko is concerned about her policies,
Okay.
specifically the potential for inflation.
Right. Inflation eating away at your savings.
Exactly. And when that happens, people look for assets that hold their value.
Like gold.
Yeah. Or Bitcoin.
Bitcoin is a safe haven. I like it.
Right. In a world where traditional currencies are losing their power.
Makes sense. But what about Jack Mallers? He sees the value of Bitcoin differently, right?
Yeah, he does. He's really focused on this idea of Bitcoin as a reflection of human innovation
Okay.
and productivity. He contrasts it with, fiat currency.
Dollars, euros, that kind of thing.
Exactly. Which he thinks, is devalued by just printing more of it.
Government's just printing more money whenever they want.
Yeah, and that dilutes its value.
Makes each dollar worth less.
Exactly. But Bitcoin, there's a fixed supply. Only 21 million will ever exist.
Right. Built right into the code.
And Mallers uses this really powerful analogy to illustrate this.
Oh, I'm intrigued. Tell me.
He compares Bitcoin's limited supply to, death.
Whoa. Okay, that got dark quickly.
Right. But his point is, just like our limited time gives life meaning,
Okay.
Bitcoin's scarcity gives it value.
Makes you think differently about money.
Exactly. It changes how we save, invest, plan for the future.
Deeper than just the number on the screen.
The whole different mindset.
That's fascinating. That shift in thinking, that's what excites people like Mallers, isn't it?
Absolutely. It's about more than just the money.
Yeah. It really does make you think differently about things. Okay, so we talked about Yusko, Mallers, but Willy Woo, he brings another interesting perspective.
He does. He's really intrigued by MicroStrategy.
Yeah, their massive Bitcoin investment.
They basically went all in on Bitcoin.
Right. And Woo thinks this is just the beginning.
Like the first domino to fall.
Yeah, he sees it as a sign that, big institutions are starting to shift.
Out of traditional markets.
Exactly. They're moving away from stocks, bonds.
And into Bitcoin.
Exactly.
So that could mean a huge influx of money into Bitcoin.
Yeah, that's what Woo's predicting. Imagine it like a tug of war.
Okay.
Institutions are pulling on one end of the rope, Bitcoin, and traditional finance is on the other.
And the more institutions join the Bitcoin side.
The harder it gets for the old system to hold on.
Fascinating.
And on top of that, Woo's a big advocate for self-custody.
Self-custody?
Yeah, owning your Bitcoin directly,
Wow.
not relying on a bank or exchange.
So holding your own keys.
Exactly. He sees this as empowering
Okay.
for individuals, taking power away from these big institutions.
Interesting idea, but honestly, the whole self-custody thing kind of scares me.
I get it.
It seems risky. What if you lose your keys or something?
True, it does require some technical know-how and responsibility.
Yeah, it's a lot to wrap your head around.
But the flip side is you have total control.
No banks, no governments telling you what to do.
Exactly, and no risk of an exchange getting hacked.
Right, because then your Bitcoin is gone.
It's like, imagine storing your gold
Okay.
in a bank vault versus under your mattress. The bank vault might seem safer,
Sure.
but what if the bank fails? What if the government decides to confiscate assets?
You're out of luck.
Exactly. And with self-custody,
You're in control.
you're in control. And that really gets to the heart of Bitcoin.
This idea of decentralization.
Exactly. It's about individual empowerment. And it's interesting to think about, we talked about Yusko's Thanksgiving effect.
Right, that word of mouth spread.
Right. And as more people understand these ideas, the potential gains, the control that self-custody offers.
They might be more likely to get involved.
Exactly. It's about shifting the narrative, right?
Yeah.
Bitcoin isn't just some speculative investment.
It's a fundamental shift in how we think about money.
And that can resonate with a lot of people.
It's almost like a social movement.
I like that.
The more people believe in it, the stronger it becomes.
And, it's important to be realistic. There are risks with Bitcoin.
Yeah, it's not all going to be easy.
The price is volatile. Regulations are still changing.
It can be confusing for newcomers.
Absolutely. But these experts, they seem to believe the potential outweighs the risks.
They're betting on Bitcoin to disrupt the system.
Yeah, create a more fair, more decentralized financial system.
So with all this talk of potential, all this excitement, what about someone who's just learning about this now? What would you tell them?
Honestly, I'd say do your research, but don't get lost in the technical stuff.
Yeah, it can be overwhelming.
Start with the big picture, the why behind Bitcoin.
Okay.
Why are people excited? What problems is it trying to solve?
And once you understand that,
The rest will start to make more sense.
yeah, it does feel like, I don't know, a tipping point.
Yeah,
On one hand, institutions are jumping in, the price is going up.
right.
Everyone's talking about a financial revolution, but it's still new, volatile, and for a lot of people,
Yeah.
it's still kind of a mystery.
And that's what makes it so exciting, right?
Okay.
We're watching something new happen, something with huge potential.
Like what?
Well, think about the early internet.
Okay.
Lots of hype, lots of skepticism, people didn't get it.
Right.
But the ones who saw the potential took the risk.
They were rewarded.
Big time. So are we saying Bitcoin is the next internet? I don't know.
That's a big claim.
Yeah, it's too early to say, for sure.
Okay.
But what's clear is Bitcoin is challenging the status quo.
It's making us rethink things.
Exactly. Our assumptions about money, value, control
And that kind of disruption.
creates opportunity.
So for someone listening, intrigued by Bitcoin,
Yeah.
but maybe a little overwhelmed,
Sure, it's a lot to take in.
what's the first step? Where do they even begin?
Start with education. There's tons of resources out there.
Online, books, all that.
Exactly. Don't be afraid to ask questions.
Okay.
Join online communities. Learn from others.
Learn from the community.
Yeah. The more you understand about Bitcoin,
Yeah.
the better equipped you'll be to decide if it's right for you.
And it's not just about the money. Right.
Right. It's bigger than that.
It's about the ideas behind it, this potential for a new system,
More decentralized, more fair.
and ultimately taking control of your own financial future.
Exactly. It's more than an investment, it's a movement
And movements need people to believe in them.
to drive them forward.
So if you're curious, if you're looking for something different,
Something that challenges the way things are.
maybe Bitcoin's worth exploring.
Definitely worth a look.
So there you have it. 3 experts, tons of optimism.
Yeah.
Some compelling arguments for why Bitcoin might be more than just hype.
It could be the start of something huge.
Whether you're ready to jump in or just watch from the sidelines.
One thing's for sure.
This story's only just beginning.
All right. So what do you guys think? This is going to be the volatile week I was talking about before. So we'll see what happens with Bitcoin as of right now. It didn't quite break through the previous all-time high. Depending on what chart, what platform, maybe some of them have it as doing that earlier or recently. But CoinMarketCap says it was still back in March. So it could happen with a, like I said, buy the rumor, sell the news event for the actual elections. Or again, depending on what happens, it could literally be a sell-off event where we get an opportunity to buy some cheap Bitcoin. What that cheap Bitcoin price would be, I still think like the lows, where were we at? Mid 60s, low 60s. Maybe might get lucky with low 60s, but I think mid 60s is where you will find that price floor. Again, I'm not the TA guru on any of this, but I think over the last month, we definitely had like the 66 range with some support. And then there's more at like 62 historically. And then you go back to the 50s. So we'll see. I don't think we'd ever go, I can say ever, but definitely not in this cycle coming back to the 50s over the short term. But make no mistake, as all of those gurus said, Bitcoin is poised to take off, and this is the time it does so. All of the cards are lined up. So it's just a matter of where do you have your positions set. So hope your bags are packed because this is going to be one hell of a ride. All right. Smash that HBO special. Help brother out. Like, subscribe, comment down below. And until next time, live daily and achieve your impossible. Want to pay your in real life bills with crypto? How about send crypto directly to anyone with a bank account? Spritz Finance is a decentralized solution to be your own bank and connect your crypto earnings to real world bills and payments. They do not take custody of your assets and allow support on multiple blockchains and Web3 wallets. Sign up below using my referral link and you will get $50 back when you make your first $50 bill payment with crypto. Additionally, I will be using referral bonuses to airdrop, donate, or burn based on community feedback. Sign up now.